Let us today talk about in this chapter of algebraic expression and identities. Let us understand what are expressions. So we see an expression is called 2x plus 3. What actually it means? So it's 2x. So AB is x, BC is x, uniform length, and CD is 3. This length is 3. So together they make it on a number line as 2x plus 3. Okay, let us understand these four terms. What does a variable mean, a factor mean, coefficient and constant? Let's take this expression. Let's take the expression 2x plus 3. Do we know the value of x? It can be plus 50, it can be minus 155, it can be any number. We don't know. Since we do not know its value, it's called as a variable. Why? Because it is varying. Now, what are factors here? Now, 2 into x. So 2 is a factor, x is a factor. So for this 2x, it's got two factors. One is 2 and another one is x. What is coefficient? The word coefficient means whatever is attached to a variable. Now what is variable here? X. What is attached to variable? 2. So what is coefficient of x? 2. So coefficient is 2. Factor is 2 and x, and variable is x. What is constant? A term which does not change. So 3 is a term which does not change. So constant is 3. Okay, let us understand what is monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. The word mono means 1. The word bi in English means 2. The word tri means 3. And poly means 1 or more than 1. Now what is a monomial? Mono means 1. There has to be only one term. Is there a plus, minus here and some other term? The answer is no. Whether it is one variable, two variable, whether it is with the power of 2, 3, 4, it does not matter. What matters is it needs to have only one term. So this is one term. What are binomial? It's two terms. When I'm saying two terms, this is one term, this is the other term. X is the variable, 4 is the coefficient and 3 is the constant. Similarly here, this is one term, this is second term. What is trinomial? It has to have 3 terms. The 3 terms can be with variables. The 3 terms can be having a constant also. So what is polynomial? It's having one term or has 2 terms or 3 terms or more than that, which means it should have either one or more than one term. This is one term. This is not to be confused here. When I'm saying one term, does it have any other term along with it? Something like this? The answer is no. And so, since it's got one term and 2 terms, it's called binomial. So we now understand what is monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. Now what are like terms and what are unlike terms? It is important to know what are like terms and what are unlike terms. Like, the word means, which are similar, and unlike is which are not similar. So 6x, it's got x as a variable and one coefficient. X coefficient. X coefficient. What does it mean? It means that it can be as good as minus x. Why? Because the coefficient here is 1, minus 1 rather. So all the terms are like terms and you can add or subtract them. Another example of like terms, it is xy square. Another term also has xy square. Another term also has xy square. The coefficient could be any number. It does not matter. We can add, we can subtract these like terms. What are unlike terms? X and y, two variables, fair enough. Here we have two variables, but it is x and y. It is x and y square. These are not like terms and only x. So it has to have two variables with y as square. So these are definitely not, all three of them are not like terms. The first, here it's two variable, perfect. But the first variable is x square, the second variable. In the second part or the second term, it's not x square. So this is definitely not a like term. It should have been, if it's x square here, it has to be x square here. Which means all three of them are not like